So you need to stop avoiding that thing that you've been running away from. Stop avoiding fear. Stop avoiding what you fear. So let me break that down for you guys. A lot of times in life, there will be these things that we try to avoid. For some of us, it can be responsibility. You know you have a deadbeat job, a dead end job, and you know you need to be moving up. So you should go out and probably fix up your resume, update it, apply to some new jobs. But you don't do it because you're kind of scared. You're comfortable at your job, and even though you know you could be making more money if you just switched and tried to get a different job, a better job, well, the job you have now pays for everything, and maybe you're not necessarily struggling, so there's not really too much of a force for you to go out and change things. But why settle for what's mediocre? Why settle for what's just normal? When there's more for you out there, it's like, why am I holding myself back by not freaking going out and updating my resume and applying new jobs? Stop avoiding what you fear. For some of you, you've been in that relationship for so long, you're used to a person, and I've been there personally as well too, guys. So many relationships where I knew the person wasn't good for me, but I stayed in it just because I was comfortable. I was comfortable with the person, and I was fearful that if I left this person, if I ended the relationship, well, what if I don't find anybody that's better out there? What if I don't find anybody else out there? What if I leave this girl and I'm gonna be lonely and alone for the rest of my life? Well, that's something else that you can fear, but it's the whole gamble thing. Like, take a gamble, roll the dice. What are you so scared for? It's like, stop avoiding what you fear. If you don't really like that person that you're with, if you don't like that girlfriend you're with, or you don't like that boyfriend that you're with, stop wasting their time and your time. Like, go gentle into that good night. Go into that darkness again of being alone and face it. Stop avoiding what you fear. A lot of you guys have these different uh, aspirations that you want to do. I know a lot of you guys want to be influencers, you want to be YouTubers, you want to be TikTokers, maybe you want to be musicians, maybe you want to be a model or a fashion designer, you want to start a clothing brand, and you're avoiding it, doing the thing, and even more importantly, you're avoiding telling the people around you about you starting doing the thing or wanting to do this thing because you're afraid that they're gonna judge you. I know for the longest, for me, I do a lot of stuff. Like, currently, I'm a YouTuber, a musician, but I also was in fashion school before. Like, when I went to college when I was 17, because I graduated early, I actually went to the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City in Manhattan, and that was like my biggest dream to go there. And I remember that, like, I would tell people from my little, I'm from Florida originally. I would tell people from my little small town in the middle of nowhere in Florida that I wanted to go and be like a fashion designer or be in something in fashion. And yo, everybody would look at me so crazy. People would call me gay. They're like, "Oh, bro, you're in the clothes." Because back then they would say that as like a diss or whatever. They'd be like, "Oh, bro, you're gay." I remember even my parents, like my dad, would like look at me differently. Like, I don't know if he thought something. And I remember one time we were out, and one of his friends asked me what I was gonna study in college, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna study like fashion business management." And afterwards, no diss to my dad now, but afterwards, I got in the car, and my dad was like, "Don't ever like disrespect me like that again. Like, telling somebody you're gonna go do fashion, like, no son of mine is gonna do that." So, I get it. We can be fearful of telling people our true wishes and our true desires and our true passions because we don't want them to judge us. We don't want them to look at us differently. But if you avoid it, if you don't face it, what's the alternative? Well, what if you live a life that's unfulfilled? If you live a life that wasn't actually meant for you, and maybe you got to get a redo, maybe you got to reincarnate or something. I don't know, whatever you guys believe in. But what happens to a dream deferred? I think that's what Edgar Allan Poe said. Like, what happens to a dream deferred? Does it rot up? Does it spoil up? Like, I feel like you lose yourself inside as a person when you avoid what you fear, when you don't go towards those dreams that you actually want to do, or you don't do anything that you want to pursue. Stop avoiding what you fear, bro. Or whoever's listening to this. Don't not do the thing. Like, do the thing and be proud of it. And if they look at you differently, freak them. If they judge you, freak them. They were never for you anyways. So, um, comment down below. What do you guys think about this? Should you actually run into those things that, like, you might be a little bit afraid of, but they could be to your benefit? A lot of times, the pot of gold, at the end of the rainbow, it's like in the place that you would least expect. It's in the place that you don't want to look. That's usually where your blessing is. So stop avoiding these things that you fear. If you guys liked today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It's a beautiful day here in Tokyo. I appreciate you guys watching today's video. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to make more videos while I'm still here in Japan. Turn on post notifications. I do post videos every day. Look at the train. Isn't that beautiful? I love watching it go past. That's so amazing. And if you guys resonated with today's video, check out this video over here too. I think you guys would like it. I love you guys, and I'll speak with you very soon. I'll see you tomorrow.